Knowledge Nuggets. Reviewing test cases. What is a test case review? A test case review is a comparison conducted by stakeholders of test cases against documented requirements. The purpose is to ensure that all the requirements are covered during testing. Who are the stakeholders involved in the reviews? The stakeholders are all members of the project team. This could include the project manager, business analyst, database analyst, development, and quality assurance. Why should we include everyone from the project team in the test case reviews? Including all the stakeholders accomplishes two things. First, it ensures that the test cases are reviewed from multiple perspectives. This increases the opportunity of finding missing or incorrect scenarios as early as possible. Second, it allows members of the project team exposure to scenarios that they perhaps had not yet considered in the requirements or design. Let's look at what test case reviews are. They are formal, where a meeting is scheduled, or informal, where the test cases are emailed for review. They are an opportunity to compare the test cases against the requirements and design to ensure coverage during testing. And they are an opportunity for the stakeholders to collaborate on scenarios that perhaps had not yet been considered. Now, let's look at what test case reviews are not. They are not the actual execution of the test cases. At this point, it is likely that the product is not yet ready for testing. They are not the final versions of the test cases. During execution, it is possible that the testers may find that steps are incorrect or missing and need to be added. Finally, they are not an opportunity to add test cases outside the scope of the project's requirement or design. What should we be looking for during the test case reviews? First and most important, we should ensure that all requirements are covered by the test cases. Second, we should ensure that any scenarios that impact or are impacted by the requirements or design are considered. This could be a scenario where a downstream piece of the product is impacted by the new changes. But as mentioned earlier, these scenarios must be within the scope of the project. Next, we need to ensure that any invalid scenarios are corrected or removed. Then, ensure that any scenarios outside the scope of the project are removed. Finally, we review the format of the test cases to ensure that it meets the project standards. It is helpful to have a checklist for test case reviews. This will guide the stakeholders and ensure that they are looking for the correct things. It will also provide a document for the reviewers to sign or approve. In a traditional waterfall project, reviews can be formal, where a meeting is scheduled and all stakeholders attend, or informal, where the test cases are emailed to the stakeholders for a review. In either case, the stakeholders must give their approval in order for the reviews to be completed. In an Agile project, reviews can take place during daily meetings. In many cases, the Agile team may suggest test cases in these meetings. They can then be updated as requirements or design change. If there is feedback from the test case reviews, then the test cases need to be updated and submitted for a follow-up review. It is not necessary to again review the test cases that have already been approved. Once the test cases have been reviewed and approved by the stakeholders, they are considered baselined. This means that they are ready for test case execution and will not be updated again unless necessary. During execution, test cases may be updated due to incorrect steps or changes to requirements or design. At this point, you may want to put those test cases back through the review process to ensure accuracy and coverage. At the end of a testing effort, it is good to review the test cases with the quality assurance team to see if they need updates, improvements, or could be combined with other test cases to reduce duplication. This ensures that the test cases will be a good deliverable for our clients and/or for submission to the regression testing suite. This has been a Knowledge Nuggets presentation on reviewing test cases. Thank you for your time and for your attention.